It's the 18th of September, 1939, in rural Poland, nearby Paczeka village. Leading 3 TKS tankettes, Section Commander Edmund Orlik searches the area for the enemy. The tankettes suddenly stop when Orlik detects a sound. He focuses his hearing. It appears to be tanks. Indeed, they are tanks, approaching from the right. It must be the opposition. Knowing their ineffectiveness against armor, he instructs 2 machine gun tankettes to stay behind. Everything depends on him. Orlik directs his driver to steer them off-road to the left, and the small tank hunter quickly maneuvers through the foliage. The compact engines roar loudly within the fighting compartment, and the vehicle's small size causes it to rock intensely with each bump. Undeterred, Orlik reaches a concealed position overlooking the crossroads, using a bush for cover. The tankettes are small, 2-person vehicles equipped with a machine gun. Orlik's TKS has replaced its machine gun with a 20mm autocannon, capable of firing 5-round magazines in under a second. Orlik concentrates, peering through his sight, awaiting an ambush. Before him lies an empty crossroads, the sound of engines and tracks growing ominously louder. The German tanks on a standard patrol are sealed shut with closed hatches. No Polish units have been detected in this vicinity for several days. Inside the lead tank is platoon commander Victor IV Albrecht von Rattebohr. A member of German nobility, he is the Duke of Rattebohr's eldest son and successor. He occupies a Panzer IV B, boasting strong frontal armor, with even the sides capable of withstanding small arms fire and, occasionally, anti-tank rounds. Despite piloting the largest tank on the Polish battlefield, von Rattebohr proceeds cautiously toward the crossroads. The German tanks decelerate. Orlik's eyes grow wide as the German armored vehicles enter his field of vision. Their ambush has been successful. The Germans remain unaware of their presence. With remarkable composure, concealed by the bush, Orlik precisely targets the white cross painted on the Panzer's turret side and discharges a single round. A sharp sound breaks the silence as a lone 20mm shell speeds toward its mark. It impacts directly on the tank's turret side, penetrating cleanly through. The German tank descends into chaos as it grinds to a halt. The hatches are thrown open and smoke billows from the compromised Panzer. The driver and a turret crew member exit the wreckage, abandoning their commander. A TKS concealed within the bushes immediately opens fire with its machine gun. The 2 crewmen collapse, never to recover. Behind the burning remains of the Panzer IV, the remainder of the patrol, consisting of 2 Panzer 35Ts, comes into view. Orlik quickly orders his driver to retreat as the Panzer 35Ts advance, their guns trained directly on him. Inside the 35T, the gunners take aim. Their low profile makes it difficult to spot the Polish tankettes hidden in the vegetation. The gunner quietly curses. "Damned cockroaches!" One Panzer fires, followed by the other, as 2 shells hurtle toward the small target. The shells tear through the foliage surrounding the TKS, but fortunately miss. Orlik instructs the driver to stop, then returns fire on the leading German tank, but with the enemy turret facing them, there is no vulnerable spot to target. The 2 men watch in dismay as bullets bounce harmlessly off the Panzer's turret and angled hull sides. Fortunately, the German continues forward, exposing the hull. Orlik inserts a fresh magazine and relentlessly fires upon the hull side until a round finally penetrates. The 20mm shell breaches the Panzer, striking the ammunition storage, igniting the powder, and triggering a massive explosion. The 35T's hatch is blown off, sending a plume of fire and smoke skyward. The remaining 35 trillion advances past the burning tank, firing continuously at the Poles' approximate location. Their shots shred tree limbs and kick up dirt, but narrowly miss the small tankette. Inside the 35T, the crew hurls insults at the tiny, resilient tanks. The Pole and his squad, just like cockroaches. Witnessing the destruction of his comrades, the commander decides to flee. If the crew reaches Paczeka, they can warn other German units of Polish forces in the area. The determined Pole refuses to let the enemy escape. He orders his driver to pursue, and the TKS awkwardly rushes through the forest. They emerge from the trees and spot the Panzer fleeing. Orlik opens fire, striking the 35T's rear with a volley of 20mm rounds, disabling it. Orlik's tank approaches the wrecked 35-ton just as two crew members stumble out. Quickly dismounting, Orlik aims his handgun at the two men and shouts, "Hands up!" They surrender. "Who are you? Where is your commander?" The two Germans exchange glances and point toward the smoldering Panzer, 4 in the distance. They approach the tank and peer inside as smoke pours from its open hatches. Braving the fumes, they extract the severely wounded commander, Victor IV, Albrecht von Rathenburg. They valiantly drag him from the flames, but he dies moments later. The surviving Germans are dejected. With tearful eyes, one of them repeats the insult. "We would have hit you if you weren't in those damned cockroaches." The Poles embraced the nickname, proudly referring to themselves as such. This wasn't the only occasion Orlik claimed victories against superior German tanks. He repeated this the next day, defending Tsirikov and destroying 7 more German war machines. The precise details of this battle have been obscured by time. We have attempted to recreate it as accurately as possible. Fire! Orlik received the Cross of Valor for his actions and is known as Poland's first tank ace. Despite their efforts and skill, the Polish forces were overwhelmed by a lack of equipment and resources. Orlik fought to the end, participating in the defense of Warsaw and joining the resistance after Poland surrendered. Orlik was captured but escaped and survived the war. He became a successful architect, completing his degree at the Academy of Fine Arts in Łódź, while Władysław Strzemiński, from the Attack of the Dead Men, taught there. We hope the men met and perhaps became friends. Tank ace Edmund Roman Orlik died on April 8, 1982. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos.